One more time. What's good, everybody? What's good? It's your boy Bugatti NYC. And like I always tell you, hold on a minute. Let's go. Then I gotta shake it off. Do, 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 do. Yes, we're back again. Who is it and what day is it? It's Hump Day. That's right. Y'all, 2025, 26. I'm your host, Bugatti NYC. This is our bottom line, where we be talking about this and that and that and this and this and that and that. Where we be talking about this and that and that and this and this and that. Just got me pissed. Take me in the room, wake them up. Y'all know what time it is. It ain't 1, it ain't 3, it ain't 4 or 5. It's 6 o'clock. It's time for our bottom line. And we here today again together, y'all. It's Wednesday, March the 26th. Y'all heard me. I hope I got the date right. Yes, let's look at the watch. That's right, y'all. 2025. I'm your host, Bugatti NYC. Yes, this here is our bottom line. Let me get this camera straight so we can get right to it. Hope everybody had a good sleep. I know I did. I slept very well. I ain't oversleep like I did yesterday, but I did sleep very well. You guys see I got the new rustic, nice little tie on to represent for you guys today with the double black, ready to go. No tights up. We here to do our thing today, boy. It's 6 o'clock in the morning. I'm happy to be alive. We got a lot of problems we always got to deal with, but guess what? At least we have the time now to continue to move forward. That's what makes me smile and makes me happy. Could be any other thing going on, but you know what? He gave me another chance to get up and make it happen another day. And to be with you guys, y'all already know. That's my maraschino cherry on top. That's the cherries that they have in a little jar. You pop the top off, you put the cherry on top. That's how I feel when I come to our bottom line and hang out with you guys. So I can't wait to get started. I'm excited. We have a lot in the clip. We got a lot to cover because yes, today is a situation where Trump is calling out a lot of fraud and waste. We got some stuff to go over with Pete Hegseth. We got more on Hunter Biden's business partner who's peed off. We've got Tom Homan who's going to be speaking. Be honest with you, at the end of the clips, I kind of got a little frazzled because I had to get my stuff together. I do have a little bit of knowledge of what's going on them, but we're going to rock out a lot today and see a couple of clips together from origination. But that has no bearing on what we got to do because y'all already know, no matter what, as long as we're here and the show's going, we got to do what we got to do anyway because we got a lot in the clip. And I hope that you guys are having a fantastic morning. Hope everybody slept well. Like I said, everybody over there is throwing up the love. Thank you for the love on the outfit. Really appreciate that. We got Rebecca in the building. I already know Grand Rapids, Michigan. Ain't even got to look close. We also got salute one of our main people that's been here from the origination, Batty Lynn. Already know. Y'all can see a picture of Batty Lynn if y'all want to go in the post section. Rocking her nice thermal sweatshirt. I mean, nice thermal shirt with the peace sign up, looking like $1 million. You already know I'm a show out for you, Batty, because you already show out for us. So I always got to give you love. Also, Mary L. Good morning from the BX. The home of hip hop. That's right, Mary L. Always showing love and support, and she will email you. Don't think she won't. Don't think she won't email you to set you straight. It's your boy Bugatti NYC. I hope everybody's having a fantastic morning. Like I said, I am. We ain't worrying about no likes right now. All we worrying about doing is what? It's time for me to get to work. Time for me to get to these clips and let you guys know what's going on. I had a typo in the main thumbnail up. It's been fixed. As soon as we finish the video, this new thumbnail will go up. I didn't want to mess around with the video or the live before we started. Next thing you know, I would have messed up and probably started at 3 o'clock or something like that and had to reset and everything. So I waited on that and I paused. I fixed the L that was messed up in the heading, and we got it fixed. So it's gonna be sitting there for a little while, but we'll get it done. That's what I mean. Keep on moving. Don't stop. Don't let nothing stop you. You might have a little mistake going on, but guess what I always notice? When you keep on going, you'll still have a chance to possibly make it. Yesterday, I was running for the train. The train was already there. The doors was closing. I'm like, oh my God, what am I gonna do? Everybody was on the train already. I'm like, damn, what am I gonna do? He was like, come on, bro, I got you. I see you moving. See, he saw me moving. Swiped through that, boom, got through the turnstile and went right on the train. And I was beating, my heart was beating like crazy. But guess what? I got to where I needed to be. I could let my heart pace slow down while I was on my way to where I had to go, and I was in motion. So look at all of the positive that came out of just pure running for the train. That's what I'm talking about. Take little victories and really take them to the next level, because this is life, and we have to take advantage of everything that we possibly can and stop being so negative. Don't be a negative Nancy. Be happy. I told you guys already, smile for no reason. Do this sometime. You'll be like, oh my God, my stomach feel better. I do it all the time. I be BSing like this and don't even really be happy. But next thing you know, once I do smile, I just feel better. So that's a little tip that I want to give you guys, because I care about you and I hope that you're having a nice and healthy day, because now it's time to do what I do. It's time to get to work and get busy with these clips. Let's get into the title. What do we have here? Trump calls out fraud and waste. He's calling out fraud and waste, and they found a big chunk of fraud and waste that you guys are definitely going to want to see. So stay tuned. All right, we're going to keep on moving, because in our sublinks, what we got? Israel says it has intercepted a missile aimed to explode on Yemen. They actually knocked down 2 missiles that were aimed at Yemen. So that's a really good thing, because hopefully there were lives saved when missiles are launched and they don't hit their target. So let's keep on going with the last one. Last but not least, Elon Musk explains who DOGE is made up of, and he says that many of them are just merely kids. That's going to be interesting to see. I don't want to wait. First thing I want you guys to see today is our president. He had a cabinet meeting yesterday. He went around the table and everybody explained who they were. And then basically he answered a few questions. I always tell you, if I hear a question or if I see something in the news that I think that we can talk about, I'm always going to show it, even if it's a 20-second clip, because it's dialogue and it's going to help us out. So let's get into these clips. I don't want to take up too much time. It's time to get to work. First thing I'm going to show you, like I said, is President Trump. He's going to be signing an executive order that's very important, that I thought that we need to see. This one has to do with, it could help out when it comes to sanctuary cities, because I personally feel that a lot of illegal immigrants were brought into sanctuary cities and given the ability to vote without being citizens, which I am totally against. This is the last executive order that he signed, and I would like you to see how he signed it and what was said about it. Let's get into it, you guys. I hope you're having a fantastic morning. I hope you slept well. Let's get it on, y'all. Let's get it on. Let's go, let's go, let's go.
I have them set, but I think I've been very fair to countries that have really abused us economically for many, many decades.
Mr. President, also told you that information was not classified.
Another
Which is your
question,
national
please.
security
Go ahead.
advisor.
Just following up on your comments on the economy, there is reporting that consumer confidence fell for the 4th straight month. What is your message to Americans who are concerned
Well,
about
I know this, that for the first time in like 50 years, right track, wrong track, we're on the right track. And I think people see that. And if you look at prices are way down. You know, when I first came here, the first time I met with you people officially, they were screaming at me about eggs. I said, I've been here for a week and I'm being yelled at about eggs. Egg prices have come down 45–50% in the last week and a half. And our Secretary of Agriculture has done a great job. As you know, Brooke, she's done a fantastic job, and others working with her have done a great job. But we brought eggs down at a level that nobody thought we could get at. I inherited that situation, and I inherited a grocery situation. The groceries went way up, an old-fashioned word, but it's a very descriptive word. Groceries have gone through the roof, and I used to campaign on it. I used to say we're going to get groceries down, and we have got it down. I watched a certain newscast over the weekend, and a congressman, Democrat congressman, said, well, Trump's done a lot, I agree. He's been great on the border, he's been great on the military, but you know, he hasn't brought prices down. That's false. Gasoline's way down. Eggs are way down. Groceries are down very substantially, but down. Almost everything's down. Now, I'd like to see interest rates come down a little bit, and you're going to see billions of dollars, even trillions of dollars coming into our country very soon in the form of tariffs. Because
I hope to see some of those down per grocery prices, because I also tell you guys, and you may be angry at me about this, but I check the grocery prices every day, and I also look at it on the potato chip level. Have not seen those prices go down. I really haven't seen too many prices go down. I have to be honest with you guys. Personally, I haven't saw it. I went shopping yesterday. Prices seem like they're the same to me. I don't eat eggs. Let me know if the eggs actually have gone down. But and I'm not saying this in any negative manner towards Trump, but I, in my neighborhood, we have not felt it yet. In New York State, we haven't felt it yet. What's going on? We got Natalie that says prices are high. Still, you're correct. Mary L said, Jim, where at? Car care. Okay, we've got Natalie said 300-year-olds who are still receiving Social Security money. We've got we love you, Trump. You're the smartest president. We've got Jim said, I grew up in the Bronx, Mary. Okay, Jim, what's up? Prices are same to me too. Yep, all I see is the same thing going on with these prices. So maybe it's gonna hit soon, but I don't see any differences. And we just doing what we got to do, because we're going into the actual news. And again, we don't care about the network, because this person is talking. It's coming straight out their mouth.
because we were abused by presidents that, frankly, in all fairness, it wasn't their expertise, but they had no idea what they were doing.
Mr. President, you say tariffs will create more jobs here in America.
Oh,
so
yeah, sure.
Which states?
It'll create a lot of money and more jobs. But if you look, so in the last, these gentlemen would know about it, and ladies, because some of the ladies are great businessmen in this room that are becoming ambassadors. Great, really great, top of the line. When you look at the number of companies that have said, like, we're close to, I would say close to $4 trillion. We never had numbers like that. The number one chip maker in the world from Taiwan coming in with $200 billion.
Now, I don't want to cut President Trump off, but what I really wanted to show you guys as far as the tariffs are concerned right there, are we feeling the reflection of what he's saying when it comes down to the prices? I don't really see it. Also, you know, when is it going to happen? Also, there's a lot of money coming in. We said $4 trillion is coming in. We got $400 billion coming from Hyundai. I mean, from Apple. But my question is, when are we going to feel that? Like, how are we going to get, you know, some sort of ripple effect or feel that in the market? Not hating on nobody, because I know I got a lot of Trump lovers in the comments in here. But these are questions that need to be asked, that I would ask my mother. I would be like, Mommy, you said that we was going to have some groceries in the refrigerator, but real is real and a fact's a fact. But I'll be damned if my stomach ain't still in my back, because we ain't got nothing in there. It is what it is. It's what you see and what you can actually touch. So a lot of people in the comments are saying the same thing. We ain't hating on the president, but it is what it is. Marielle, Jim, I'm in the Northeast Bronx. Okay, Pelham, Woodland. Also, I want you guys to see, did anybody hear about the report that came from New York, the New York Times, where it said Pete Hegseth made a mistake and sent out some classified information about war plans, and that he basically gave this information out, like not paying attention to where it was going. I think it actually probably happened through Signal. I want you guys to see his response to this. He was kind of peed off. They caught him when he was getting off the plane the other day, headed down to the Pentagon. He was pretty pissed off about this question that he was asked. I want you guys to see this.
One question. Can you share how your information about war plans against the Houthis in Yemen was shared with a journalist in The Atlantic? And were those details classified?
You're talking about a deceitful and highly discredited so-called journalist who's made a profession of peddling hoaxes time and time again, to include the I don't know, the hoaxes of Russia, or the fine people on both sides hoax, or suckers and losers hoax. So this is the guy that peddles in garbage. This is what he does. I would love to comment on the Houthi campaign because of the skill and courage of our troops. I've monitored it very closely from the beginning. And you see, we've been managing 4 years of deferred maintenance under the Trump administration. Our troops, our sailors were getting shot at as targets. Our ships couldn't sail through. And when they did shoot back, it was purely defensively or at shacks in Yemen. President Trump said, no more. We will reestablish deterrence. We will open freedom of navigation, and we will ultimately decimate the Houthis, which is exactly what we're doing as we speak from the beginning, overwhelmingly.
Why were those details shared on Signal, and how did you learn that a journalist was privy to the targets, the types of weapons used?
I've heard I was characterized. Nobody was texting war plans, and that's all I have to say about that. Thank you.
That's it.
Now, on topics like this, I've learned to shut up and not give my opinion, because next thing you know, a video will come out, somebody will have some content and say, hey, but did you see this on Reddit? Or did you see this on such and such? So what I learned I don't really know if this happened that way. Let me wait a few days before I make some old rock hard, ironclad assumption about what could have possibly happened there, because we don't know. Unless I'll probably say something, next thing you know, somebody in the comments will say, oh yeah, because did you see the clip that went up on, and then next thing you know, boom, 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 debunk everything that I said. So I am not doing that at all until we really find more information where I'm really comfortable at. Then I'll give my opinion on that. I think everybody else feel the same way. What y'all think? Yes, always wait for some facts to come out. That's right, because it's really just floating on the surface right now, right, Mary? It's just floating on the surface. Then we got Jim that says, just imagine if Kamala was the president. Oh, why are you trying to scare me like that, Jim? Hey, we'll have to have me go into shock. I can't host the show if I go into shock. Please don't do that to me. Don't do that to me, my brother. What else we got? We got Soul Eyes, Brain Mind. He's rocking out harder than Schizo in a straitjacket. Ooh, Soul Eyes. He was kind of, Soul Eyes. He was kind of getting a little jitsy there, right? And then I got to be honest, he strayed away from the question a little bit. Don't beat me up. He did stray away from the question and started to generalize. Don't forget to double tap that like button. Let me get the work in, y'all. Let me get some work in, because now I want to go to this situation where Tom Homan is talking about he's not running the popularity contest. Because you do know they made some cable commercials about Tom Homan and what's going on as far as the deportations, trying to make him look really bad, trying to make ICE and Homeland Security look very bad. So he actually had some comments on this. What I like about Tom Homan is he's stern in his delivery and what he does, but he also can always have a nice joke for you, and he has a great sense of humor. I like people like that. He always make you smile, even when he get peed off. Even when he's like a funny white uncle or something like that. He's pretty. That's why I like Tom Homan. I think he's pretty cool. A lot of people probably don't like Homan, but I actually like him. I think he's pretty cool.
Our Tom Homan. Tom, we're going to get to these legal cases against the deportations to El Salvador in a moment on the judges involved in those. But your response to the outrage echoing across cable today about the work you all are doing.
Well, I'm not running a popularity contest. I'm out arresting public safety threats, as President Trump promised, as American people demand, because they put Trump, they elected President Trump because of his promise to secure the border and remove public safety threats. Those are illegal in the United States. That's exactly what we did. I said at CPAC I was going to Boston, and I did. I kept my promise, and we arrested 370 people, majority of them criminals. And as you said, murderers, child rapists. We seized guns. We drug traffickers, gun traffickers, drug traffickers.
Remember when Mayor Wu said that, they weren't going to comply with ICE. They weren't going to comply with Homeland Security. They were just, and when she went to sit down with Congress and they questioned her, and she said that they weren't letting out illegal immigrant rapists, that raped children. She said all of these claims, and Tom Homan told her he knew that she wasn't telling the truth. He has proof now to every claim that he made about the release of illegal criminals who, yes, rape children. Sadly, rape children. Watch this.
A lot of public safety threats. What Mayor Wu should be doing, along with the governor of that state, Massachusetts, they ought to be thanking us, because we made that city and that state much safer, taking all these public safety threats off the streets of Boston and Massachusetts. You would think they'd be thanking us.
Well, CBS, Tom, looked into ICE Boston's claims that these illegal aliens charged with child rape are being released into the city, and they found out that it's true. Okay, so in recent months, Guatemalans charged with aggravated child rape and a Honduran charged with assault and rape were all released, and the ICE detainer ignored.
Now, wait a minute. Now, Mayor Wu testified under oath that Tom Homan was lying, that this wasn't happening. Well, look, we proved this week it is. Again, a majority of these 370 arrests were public safety threats. And one of the cases I looked at, it was a child rapist, raped a little girl. They released him. It took us 2 years to find him. How many little kids did he attack in those 2 years? So look, President Trump is serious about this. We're going to arrest public safety threats. That's what we're prioritizing. And in sanctuary cities, we'll double down.
So now this judge, what's his name? Bozeman or whatever like that, that's talking about turn the planes around, bring them back. He's out of his rabbit ass mind. He got to be crazy. These are the people that they send into Venezuela back to the jails and all of that. And they trying to fight for them and saying they're not getting their proper day in court. Kiss my ass. Kiss my ass. Hell with proper day in court. You mean to tell me he had to try to, they let this guy out, didn't give him over to ICE. He was running around our cities for 2 years. Lord knows, like Tom Homan, what he was doing. Yeah, I think they don't need their day in court. Call me what you want. Oh, Bugatti, you're wrong. Everybody deserved their day in court. Get my bags. I might be at the airport. Do me a favor, you guys. Please hit that like button if you appreciate the content. We got a lot of people in the building. We only got 2 clips down. We got a whole lot to go. We got more content. I want to come to these comments. I want to see what you guys have to say. But it really helps us to get the algorithm going and get more people to come over if you hit that like button. That's all I ask you guys to do. I really appreciate it. Casey Ramp says, good morning, Casey. Car care, 100%. Harlem was 100% Jews. You mean back in the time when we only could actually go inside the Cotton Club from the back door and perform, when Bumpy Johnson stepped up to what you call it and said, I'm gonna need you out of Harlem. I'm giving you a week or we gonna move you ourselves. That was cool, but we got him up out of Harlem. Hear what you're trying to say. Ha ha! I'm from Harlem. Don't play with me like that. Big Dripper 620. I can only hit it once. Thank you so much, Big Dripper. You already know I got that Big Drip, 14% alcohol. If you're 21 or older, definitely go over to the website www.drinkbigdrip.com. Get yourself some merch and find out what we got going on coming up. Deacon Blue said, "How do you know they are gangsters without due process? Hell with them. Get them out of here. I'm wrong. I hold that." Stephen Alexandria, you ever got slapped before? Yes, I have. I'm talking about these people that he's talking about. Y'all not paying attention. I'm talking about these criminals that are locked up in jail that don't get handed over to ICE, that already got convicted of stuff or being let out on RA charges against children. So y'all gonna tell me y'all condoning that and y'all think that they need to go to court and all of that? I don't think so. Call me what you want. Call me what you want. These are people that have already did it, that they're trying to get out the country, that's not being handed over. And y'all are okay with that. Thanks for letting me know. Thanks for letting me know that. I appreciate you bringing me up to speed on how you feel. El Mexicano says, greetings from Finland. Amigo, in Finland, we have this thing called salmiki, but your American ass couldn't probably handle the taste. Salmiki. Jim said, the forgotten borough. Deacon said, due process. Whatever, Jim, go for it. Nobody has a problem with deporting criminals, but all of these weren't. Follow the Constitution. Okay. Hey, you guys don't have to agree with me, and I totally get it. That's the only thing One thing, that's why I have the comments here. I'm not always going to be someone that you agree with. I'm not always perfect. I don't always do everything the right way. I'm a human being and I'm learning as well. Not a Democrat, not a Republican, not an independent. I'm a human being, period. That's why I made this platform, for us to come and talk and say what we have to say. You might not agree with everything that I say. I just don't feel that people that harm children should be respected in the manner that other people do. And we can agree to disagree. And we're going to keep on going on this topic. Let's go.
We have to, we'll send double the manpower. They're not going to stop us. We're going to do what American people want and make their neighborhoods safer from illegal aliens that commit crimes against citizens, especially child rapists.
Big news today in two different iterations of the same case.
Yeah, so that's how I feel about that. We're not even going any further, because that is the point that we were talking about. These specific individuals who are child R words. We're not talking about anything else. I'm not talking about the people that were flown back that didn't get their due process. I am only speaking about the people that were convicted of these crimes, that were not handed over to ICE, that were deported on these flights. I have to say it 1,000 times. That's what I'll say. We're not talking about abuela. I'm not talking about abuelo. I'm not talking about those people. No, that got caught up in the sweep because they got their nephew in the room. I'm not talking about them. I'm not talking about them. Now we're going to keep on going, because we got this situation where the judge is saying now that those people that were flown back, Mr. Bozeman, this is on you guys' side right here. Now, see, because you thought that I was only going to have a clip on one side of it, right? Now let's be fair to the other side. And notice how I was already in the lineup. It was already in the lineup. So I spoke for one side, and now we're going to say what the other side feels. Because now Judge Bozeman says that these people were treated worse than Nazis. These judge was treated worse than the Nazis treated, victims. They said that the migrants were treated very badly, and these migrants that were deported by Trump were treated like they were savages. Their hair was cut off, and a lot of these people were not criminals like these people that are going back and forth with me saying. So now this clip, I could say it's for you. I could say that, because again, we have both angles of the story now, and I'm going to let you guys see what Bozeman is saying.
Secrets Act is one of those rare and blessed things in the law that is increase your profit and work less time with Kittle, a genius new AI tool which is perfect for. So the Stacy Secrets Act is one of those rare and blessed things in the law that is almost exactly what it sounds like. It's when the government says that's a state secret, we can't turn it over, it's too dangerous. It's rarely invoked. Usually judges do defer to it, not always. Judge Boasberg in this case actually knew this was coming. The government said they're considering it. Judge Boasberg said he's skeptical, in part because the government's already put out a video showing some of this. So he said, how sensitive can it be? We'll see what he does. But that won't end this. All that's going to do is end the judge's ability to get more information about the flights. Now, the Nazi comparison that the judge made today, was listening to the oral argument. The point the judge was making is the last time we as a country used this Alien Enemies Act was during and after, actually, World War II, where Germans who were suspected of being Nazi sympathizers were given a hearing before they were loaded onto planes, before they were deported. And that was really the key question at today's oral argument. What process, if any, are these people, in this case, the Venezuelan gang members, entitled to before they're shipped out? And the thing that I found was interesting is the Trump administration lawyer even said they are entitled to some due process. It's through this thing called habeas. It's not the greatest form of due process, but the Trump administration is on record now saying they are entitled to some form of due process.
Okay, now what do you guys have to say about this? We're trying to play fair on both sides, not showing clips or anything like that, but we did bring up the content so that we can show both sides. Let's get into these comments, guys. Well, we got Glenn. Due process is for everyone. Idiot. I'll take that. Main Arbor. Nowhere else in the world are they treated good. I am Sam Lamb. No, they were not given due process. F the Kakiarchy after being sent to a black site. Okay, Deacon Blue, if you're vacationing in America, you have due process. Okay. BN, you mean the SS who were released and protected? F the khaki stuckaluckarchy. It comes before the. All right, Eric Nelson says Maine Arbor. Okay, I want to try to stay on content right here, guys, because we're showing both sides of the angle. They were not treated humanly, though. Okay. Car Care says Gangland USA. Glenn, I'm with Deacon on this. Okay, Maine Arbor says due process is only for Americans. IMO is as long as they are treated human. Just get them out of USA. I don't always agree with that. So now I'm starting to, certain parts of it again. Like I said, I may be a little hard on the SA R word people against the children. I'm hard on them. I would always be hard on people like that because children don't have a defense against people like that. But when it comes down to like the grandmothers and the uncles and stuff like that, due process, yes, no problem with that. But again, you got to understand too, I'm just going to make a statement. A lot of these people have already been told to go back home, but they've neglected and not done that. So when they go back to court and they've already been told to go home, what's going to happen 9 times out of 10? Okay, so due process. Send them through the court again and pay more money to send them back to court to get told that they got to leave again. All right, cool. Let's keep on going, you guys, because I see this is a sensitive topic. Y'all tearing this down. Let's go.
Going forward or going backwards too?
catch.
These planes are gone.
Right, that's the catch. It's really difficult legally and practically to bring a habeas lawsuit if A, you're out of the country. You can, but it's really hard if you're in El Salvador. And B, if the lawyers don't even know who you are, I don't know how they're even going to get in touch with counsels. And that was sort of one of the points of like, isn't this a little bit of a catch-22? You, government, you're saying they're entitled to bring these habeas cases, but it's almost impossible to do after the fact. And really the fault that the Judge Boasberg has laid on the government here is, even if you did not intentionally defy me, you played it real fast and loose. You had those planes ready to go. You could have waited. They were in the air. They were scrambled. And when I gave the order, it was apparently already too late.
Ah, yes, that's right. Let's keep it going. That's right. I love it. Dialogue, context, content. We're not always agreeing with each other. First time, I gotta say, I'm feeling a little bit funky about it, but it's cool because it's life. Sometimes we don't agree, and we gotta keep on trialing and getting through it. Now we're gonna find out what the hell is the Aliens Enemies Act. What does it mean to non-citizens? I'd like to know, and then that'll more define as far as like. It'll help more define, due process and things of that nature. Let's keep it going, y'all. We having a good forum right now. Let's get into this.
Former Deputy Assistant AG. Tom, good afternoon to you. A couple that I want to fire at you first, and then we'll get to a few issues here. What is the legal question before this appellate panel?
Sure. The legal question before this appellate panel is whether or not the president acted within his constitutional authority when he removed these individuals without giving, a hearing, a notice to them before removing them from the country. So they're basically going to determine the boundaries of the president's power to execute the immigration laws of the United States.
So we talked about this last week because now, all right, you let those flights get up out of here and you got those people out of here. How you did it? How about now when we go to court, now we're going to make guidelines. Now we're going to define what you can do and what I can say that you can't do. Far as Trump against the judge. That's what's going on right now. Okay, guys, I'm back in the comments. I want to see what you guys got to say because y'all been getting busy. Glenn Cart. Okay, what we got here? I'm going to read this one right here. What we got? Candy Torres. There was a barber sent to Venezuela who got asylum in the U.S. He was well established in life and made his life better. Sadly, he was deported. The reports say he was calling out for his mother. That's messed up. Now, see, stuff like that, I'm not going to condone that. That man came over here, barber, did his thing, was a positive influence on the society. I don't think that was right. Why the hell did that happen? I don't think that was right. And again, a lot of people are going to be angry with me because I'm not agreeing with you. We're not going to always agree. Understand that. We're not going to always agree, but I would appreciate the fact that since we got a good forum here and you're still hanging around, that you would go ahead and hit that like button, because there must be a reason that you're here. After 5 minutes of being somewhere, I don't normally hang around if I don't like it. So what I would appreciate you guys doing is hitting them 3 buttons over there, hit that like button. That'll make other people come over here and we can have even more dialogue. How is it going to make more people come over here? Because when people see you actively pressing that like button, YouTube sends a notification up and other people say, hey, what's going on over there? Bottom line is popping. They got something to talk about. And I would really appreciate that more than even a tip. I don't ask for no bread. Don't ask for no money. But I would appreciate to try to make the ends justify the means when it comes down to the 30 likes over there and it's 145 people in the building. And I appreciate that. What else we got in these comments before I turn around? What else we got? We got Ronnie. Hey, why did you wash the blue out your hair? Okay. Glenn, Andries Cadendo Gill 31 was, okay, I'm not going to say that. Keep on going. All right.
Okay, second question. Does it matter if the order was written or oral? Friday a week and a half ago, Saturday morning that followed, when these plans were apparently leaving?
No.
I don't think it does. I mean, look, if a judge gives you an order from the bench, if he speaks it, it usually carries the same force as if it's something he wrote. But that doesn't necessarily answer the question as to whether or not the Trump administration violated the order. And they've been adamant. They said that they fully complied with the order. And that's something that Judge Boasberg himself is looking into right now. And I suspect.
And what he did yesterday, again, now you guys saw it. There was 200 more of them that got sent out. 200 more people got sent out. Man, I love y'all. Somebody just gave me a tip. Look at that. I really appreciate you guys. I like tips. I really appreciate you, even if it's $1, because I look at $1 like 1,000, especially in these times nowadays. Woo, it's real out there in the field. So whoever this is, who's this right here that's about to get a big shout out for going ahead and showing your boys some love? VIP auction group. I should have known. I should have known. Smash that like button, please, and thank you. That's my guy. That's my people right there. VIP auction group. It's always a woosah when people like you come inside the show. I really love you guys. I really mean it. I see the love over there, and I really appreciate it. Hope y'all like the outfit and the duds. Been up since 3 o'clock pooling this information. Had to make sure that it all makes sense. You got to bring it in first, and then what you want to do is get it up there and bring it to you guys. Some of this stuff, it's pretty crazy, but we do have it rocking. I like the way things are going on so far. Hope everybody's having a fantastic day, by the way. I would appreciate if some of you would go ahead and subscribe, because we're that close to our 30,000 subscribers mark. And we don't do nothing here but make each other better. Steel sharpens steel. If I'm not right and I don't know what the hell I'm talking about, I come into those comments and I learn a lot from you guys. I learn a lot from you just as much as you do from me. Oh my God, another tip. Woo! Y'all trying to make me cry. Stop it. If you think you're gonna make a profit, I appreciate you guys so much. We got $7.99. That comes from Glenn. Thank you so much, Glenn. I really appreciate you. Please subscribe to the channel. I want to get back to work and earn some of this stuff that you guys are giving me. I want to give you guys some more content, some more context, and I want us to have a great dialogue about what we have going on here, because nothing is better than talking about what's happening. Even if you're having a problem, you don't understand what's happening, it's good to get that stuff out. And actually, sometimes when you say something and you don't know what the hell you're talking about, you get to learn. I learned a lot of stuff today, by the way. I learned a lot today from y'all. Learned a lot, just so you know. So Glenn, I appreciate you, and I want to thank you for that tip. $1's a million to me, baby. $1. So I really appreciate that. I want to keep on going. We got more to cover. We got more in the clip. Let me see where we at right now, because at this point, I want to show you guys the title where it says Trump calls out fraud and pure waste. I told you guys he had that cabinet meeting yesterday. Sometimes I might put a clip right next to it of another clip to keep the context going about what we're talking about. We were talking about, the migrants. Now we're going to go shift over to actually back into the cabinet. And now we're going to talk about direct fraud, waste, and things of that nature. And we're going to get a perfect example of some waste that they just caught while he came into office. Good morning, you guys. If you just coming in, it's your boy Bugatti NYC. This is our bottom line. We're covering hot topics right now. Everybody gets a chance to speak about what's going on in the clips. Hopefully you guys will have something that has to do with the clips inside of the comments. So as soon as we watch some of this, I can come back and read your comments, because that's what we're all about here. Let's keep it going, y'all.
They're going to be, they and others are going to be making parts and other things in those plants so that it's one-stop shopping finally. It's ridiculous. You had to go to Mexico, you had to go to Canada, a car went all over the place. It was like, I don't know how that would have worked, but that's the way it sort of ended up. We had a deal, and we have a deal, it's fine, but people took advantage of the deal. They cheated. And when you cheat, the deals are unfortunate. But now what's happening is the numbers are beyond our wildest expectations. Now, having to do with cutting, we've done a lot of cutting from people, ideally the people that aren't doing the job. In many cases, people weren't attending jobs. In some cases, in many cases, people didn't exist. They had on the government rolls people that don't even exist. But of the ones that did exist, as you know, many didn't come to work. Many had no intention of coming to work. Many were paid and working someplace else. There were lots of bad scenarios, but they're being weeded out, and I think we're probably ahead of schedule on that. And to me, something that was just terrible is the contracts that we're finding, the fraudulent contracts that we're finding, where millions and millions of dollars and even billions of dollars in some cases were given out. And I think we'll start with that. I'd like to start with Doug Burgum, Secretary of the Interior. He told us about a couple of contracts that we have now found. When he got there, they saw this with Chris and everybody, and they couldn't believe it. Doug, could you just relate what you told us a little while ago?
No, happy to, Mr. President. There's a federal consulting group, which was a group inside of Interior, but it was managing contracts from many different agencies that flowed through here. One of those contracts was to do surveys of individuals, $830 million for surveys. And so part of the question was, hey, could we actually see the surveys? And then the surveys came back, and a survey was like 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper with 10 questions that anyone's child in junior high could have put together, or AI could have done for free. $830 million. So that's one that we've stopped. And that contract was going out after you were inaugurated, sir. So
yeah.
it was
so
jumping.
It's a pure fraud.
Yeah.
It's a fraud. But we've had many fraudulent contracts that were caught by the work that Elon and his people are doing, and working with our people. It's been brought to light that the fraud, not just waste and abuse, the fraud has been incredible.
So that's actually internally, because y'all imagine that $830 million going just to, don't even know. I'd be nervous to try to do that under his administration while he's actually in office. Luckily they caught it. 830, that's a lot of money right there, y'all. What we got here, Deacon Blue said SCOTUS doesn't have to review a case. It feels federal judges have upheld the law. If it feels the federal judges have upheld the law. Online Poker Rush, good morning online. They said the Supreme Court will have to decide the immigration stuff. I'm with you on that online. Willie J. Woods III said this has something to do with civil rights. There are two different court systems. Are there not? Good observation, Willie. Very strong, powerful statement too. I like that. Deacon Blue said a foreign billionaire with no constitutional authority or power dismantling our government and violating American rights. Deacon going in. Michael Merritt, it's legit comfort tracking numbers and it comes to your house safely. Online Poker, you got something to say. Natalie, that's cheap, Michael. What Michael say? Online Poker said, join the Palestine protest or something. I'm talking about somebody. Michael Merritt, Gotti looking NYC at its best. Thank you so much, Michael. Thank you for showing up and being a part of the show. Let's keep this going. Again, you guys, All I ask you guys, I ain't asking for none of the coffee money. I appreciate the tips, I definitely do. But I really would like to get those likes up because we got so many people in the building that we can definitely get more people to come over here. Seems like it's not a lot. We got 179, but if we can get those likes up, it's gonna be like 400 or 500 people here because we're gonna get those likes up. And I'm a like addict. Yes, I am. I don't ask for no money, but I want to get the likes up to get this demo up. We ain't been doing the numbers that we deserve to do. I want to get our numbers up. Let's get these numbers up. I don't do this for nothing. Ain't asking for no bread, but I really would appreciate those likes.
You mentioned one, Madam Secretary.
Well, yes, sir. Well, let me just add to that, and thank you. We just had a wonderful cabinet meeting, all aligned on certainly the effort to realign the government. But even at the U.S. Department of Agriculture, we've canceled a $300,000 contract educating on food justice for quick.
Search for Taylor Brands to get that LLC next to your business name. Just go to their site, enter your LLC state.
We're inaugurated.
We reporting on fraud. We letting you guys know what's happening. Come on, y'all. Let's get these likes up. Let's go.
Sir. So it was
It's a
jumping.
pure fraud.
Yeah.
Again, educating transgender and queer farmers on
What?
food justice
Wait a
and food
minute,
equality.
wait a minute.
I'm not even sure. Full cabinet meeting, all aligned on certainly the effort to realign the government. But even at the U.S. Department of Agriculture, we've canceled a $300,000 contract educating on food justice for queer and transgender farmers in San Francisco. A similar contract we canceled in New York, again, educating transgender and queer farmers on food justice and food equality. I'm not even sure.
Where they got farms at in New York? Not in the city. We ain't got no damn farm. Transgender what? They ain't just say that, y'all. They ain't just say that. Where they got a farm at? Down by 34th Street? Or Central Park? Or what, Prospect? They ain't talking about in the city. They damn sure ain't talking about the city of New York. They must be talking about upstate. Matter of fact, where's the farm at upstate? They didn't even let us plant up. You know that these are straight up fake claims right here. You know that this is fake money that they catching. And people are getting so mad. Ooh, they tight about this. What y'all got to say about this fraud that's getting caught, y'all? 400 and something thousand, $583 million. That's a lot of money right there that could be going towards stuff that we can really be using. Online Poker Rush said, farms in New York State. Yeah, I'm just messing with y'all. I wanted to do that for the joke. Spartacus, a farmer is a farmer. As long as I get my veggies, I don't give a damn. Okay, Online Poker Rush said, here we go. They trying to make everyone gay. They trying to make the plants gay. Natalie said, Natalie died her ass up, car care dying. LGBTQ, quit farmer. Oh my God, y'all see this? This is crazy. Main Arbor, I'm actually surprised Deacon's game stepped up. Grandma Storm, God bless your work. Thank you so much, Grandma. I really appreciate you for saying that. God bless you, and thank you for saying that. Online Poker meant to say not my concern. Car Care said, see, Black's Law. This is crazy right here.
Sure what that means, but apparently the last administration wanted to put our taxpayer dollars towards that. We canceled a $600,000 contract out of Louisiana that was studying the menstrual cycles of transgender men, a $600,000 contract. We canceled another contract out of
the menstrual cycles of transgender men. I'm trying to stop holding back the tears. Did y'all hear that? We got it. Come on now. You already know your boy going back to it. Because, yes, I want to make sure I heard it right.
Educating on food justice for queer and transgender farmers in San Francisco. A similar contract we canceled in New York, again, educating transgender and queer farmers on food justice and food equality. I'm not even sure what that means, but apparently the last administration wanted to put our taxpayer dollars towards that. We canceled a $600,000 contract out of Louisiana that was studying the menstrual cycles of transgender men, a $600,000 contract. We canceled another contract out of a university in the middle of the country that focused on getting more diversity, equity, and inclusion into our pest management industry. Again, these are nonsensical. It makes 0 cents to use taxpayer dollars to fund these. I know these are just a few examples of the hundreds and hundreds that we have found.
Well, a clear case of fraud was with the Small Business Administration, where they were handing out loans, $330 million worth of loans to people under the age of 11. I think the youngest, Kelly, was a 9-month-old who got a $100,000 loan. It's a very precocious baby we're talking about here.
Meanwhile, I got about 5 companies. My joints is jumping like crazy, and I can't get a loan for nothing. I got to do everything the hard way. That was funny. A 7-year-old, a 7-month-old. I'm sorry, y'all, but it's not funny. But I have to laugh in order not to cry. Matter of fact, I can't even say that because even my laughter makes me cry when it comes out to nonsense and hearing waste like this. I gotta hear what y'all gotta say. This is crazy. Wait a minute. Carl Kidd says sexuality is promoted in God places. Casey Ram said, did he say a 9-month-old? He damn sure did. He should have just said a 9-month-old, right? I thought the same thing. Spartacus, the biggest crap I've ever heard. Men and pads, LOL. Willie J. Woods, the creators put us here on this planet, so should we not be able to live where we need to be in our lives with the love of those around us without someone that doesn't live nowhere around us? Okay, Bruce, how did this crazy crap get passed? Clean house. Online Poker Rush said, I thought that the same thing, Casey. Batty Lynn said, I'm so glad that DOGE is doing their job. This is just stupid. Johnny says, my brother, is this live? Yes, it is. Deacon said, Elon's stock has dropped by half. I'm not laughing at that. Glenn, where's the proof that he just take his words? I'm not going to laugh at Elon because Elon just helped get some space astronauts back. And y'all want to be mean about that, that's cool, but I'm not going to do that. Them people was up there stressed the hell out. They was acting like they needed to be up there. But no. Do me a favor, you guys. Y'all appreciate the content. Whew. Oh my God, that was a lot of talking. Do me a favor, hit that like button. 3 buttons right there. Hit those 3 buttons right there. Like is going to come out. Pop that like and let everybody know that we're here. And really do me a favor, if you really like the content and you want to stick around, go ahead and join and subscribe to the channel. Let's be a member, y'all. Let's go.
Tackling the fraud, waste, and abuse in the agency, we've seen, hundreds of billions of dollars of fraud go unprosecuted. So we're taking that on. We have a zero tolerance policy for fraud, and we continue to crack down on it and make sure people are held accountable.
It's amazing, and you have a lot of that. We found far too much of it. It's a pure fraud. We like to use the words waste and abuse because they sort of sound good, but many of these things are pure fraud. Now there was a contract that you've heard about where Stacy Abrams got $2 billion just before we took over, and it was a rush to get her the money.
$2 billion.
And that was environmental, and nobody knows what she was doing. But $2 billion. If you got $2 million, that's a lot. If you got 200,000, that's a lot. But this was $2 billion was given. Lee, do you want to talk about that? And the other one that was even worse?
EPA has now canceled over $22 billion worth of contracts. $2 billion going to this NGO that Stacy Abrams was tied to. They received only $100 in 2023. And then the Biden administration gave them $2 billion. The director of the Greenhouse Gas Reduction Fund saw his former employer get $5 billion. So $20 billion went to just 8 NGOs, and they're all pass-throughs.
So how your company go from making $100 in 2023 to all of a sudden in 2024, you get a whole $1 billion influx? That must, y'all must have been working hard. He works hard for the money, so hard for it, honey. They work hard for their money, so you better give them $1 billion. Caught that. I know they tight behind that 1 billion, boy. She over there like, I'm retired and I ain't getting that money. Damn. Man Albert said, LOL. Car care, I'll buy for $1 and sell for 100. Deacon said, it's rather kids get fed, people get benefits than the wealthiest people in America getting trillions in tax cuts. What else you got? Spartacus said, 2 billion. Nah, come on. Man Albert said, OPR Heart. Online Poker Rush, $5 a day is not overtime pay. It damn sure ain't, whoever getting that. Deacon Blue, the American taxpayers pay Elon $8 million a day. He was paid to go get astronauts. Whoa, I didn't know that. Car Care, he is Kane Kingdom. Spartacus 165 here, hit the likes. Come on, y'all. It's 165 people in the building. Go ahead and hit the likes. Main Arbor, the astronauts got $5 a day overtime. Yes, and somebody finally spoke up for them and said that somebody needs to go ahead and kick them some more bread because that's not enough money. It's not like they was getting the right type of overtime right there. So you guys are right about that. They were only getting $5. I mean, well, small overtime. But Trump said nobody asked. And he said he'll pay it out of his own pocket. If you guys saw that interview, he would pay them overtime out of his own pocket because he thinks that they deserve it.
And then they were giving it to other entities. Many of them were pass-throughs. And what you have is all these extra middlemen, they're taking their cut. And the taxpayer ends up getting screwed. They're losing out on all this hard-earned money. They can't afford to have the federal government waste. The partnership with DOGE and Elon Musk has been incredible at EPA. Their team is very talented. We wouldn't have been able to do it without them. And of course, this mandate from President Trump to make sure that we identify every last penny, whether we're saving $50,000, $5 million, or $22 billion. We will not rest until every last penny is saved. Thank you, Mr. President, for the opportunity to do this for the American public.
Thank you. Great job, Devin. So we have a lot of that. We're getting down to a point we think probably over the next 2 or 3 months we'll be pretty much satisfied with the people that are working hard and want to be members of the administration and our country, really. And they're doing a lot of good people. We have a lot of great people. We want to keep the good ones, and we want to get rid of the ones that don't exist, and we want to get rid of the ones that do exist but don't work. And we have quite a few of them. Would anybody else like to say something before we take some questions from the press, please? Doug Collins.
Yeah, Mr. President, I think one of the things that you've always told me is take care of our veterans, and that's what we're doing at the VA. And one of the things is you also have to know who your employees are. You have to know the very fact of who you are. We're 470,000 roughly when we started this, larger than the active duty Army, when you think about that in the perspective. But however, this is an interesting point. When I first got there and we started looking at this, how you take care of people, we didn't have an HR system that could actually give us a rundown on who actually was working where. That we've had to work with that, working with our VA employees who are DOGE liaisons. We've been able to put together an organizational chart which we can start looking at that. But the interesting part about it is about taking care of veterans, and what you've told me to do is how do we get the people in the right places? Right. And I think when we look at this, GAO has told us we were high risk for years. The previous administration put literally tens of billions of dollars and tens of thousand employees over the last 4 years, and we saw our statistics basically stay the same or go down. Backlogs went up. Maybe the question is not money and employees anymore. Maybe it's the organization and how we effectively deliver for the American people. That's what we're going to do.
And one thing I want to add to it, it is not necessarily a very popular thing to do. You're talking about employment, you're talking about people and the lives of people. And yet, I think the American public understands we're trying to save our country and make our country great again.
So do you agree with all of the cuts that's going on in government? This is basically where he's getting at right now. Basically trying to say that a lot of people are gonna lose their jobs, and this is happening in government because they want to shrink government and open up private. The more private businesses and the more people that are going into private business, the government actually makes more money because they're not spending on workers and making systems go. Think about it. They would like it to be more private and just for the government to run, just to govern and not have so much control. And the spending they're assuming would go down when it comes down to government spending. That's their justification. Other people are saying things like, yeah, but you're cutting people that work in the VA. You're cutting services. People are going to feel the strain from that. And they're saying, well, we're only cutting certain areas, but if you cut the manpower, now you're cutting the time that it can take to serve the people. So we're thinking on both sides of this area, especially me, because my dad was a veteran, and he definitely served. So I have a very good heart, and I really love veterans. I have a really soft heart and a really strong opinion when it comes down to veterans and how they're being treated. All right, you guys keep on going. What we got here, I always Hit the like button for Bugatti Car Care. We are the blood of Cain. All right, let's keep on going because before that, they were talking about who these people are. You know, who is the people that actually make up DOGE? Like, how are they finding this waste? How are they finding this spending? And here, I think we have a clip of Elon that's basically telling us who DOGE is. So here we go. Let me see if I can find this real quick. Already told you I had a couple of things out of whack. Didn't know if I had this one. Let me make sure I still got it. No, we ain't got that clip. We got to keep on moving. Let me see. No, we don't got it. We don't got it. I think we lost it. I got to find it, though. Yep, I got to do something I don't normally do. I'm going to go get it. I'm going to get it, y'all. I got to go get that clip. I actually want you guys to see that. There we go. It's this part right here.
The shocking evidence is out there. It's right there in the Twitter files, in the finding.
Thanks to all the DOGE team who are getting death threats on a daily basis. Just trying to do the right thing for the American taxpayer and for the American people. Just a thank you to the DOGE team who are literally getting death threats and being accosted, and you know, these are, a lot of them are just kids, you know, just trying to help out, and they're very talented. They could get jobs for millions of dollars a year. Instead, they come here, earn peanuts, and get death threats. So thanks to the DOGE team.
It was very short and very brief, but what he basically was saying is he wants to thank the DOGE team, even though they're receiving death threats. They're not even making that much money. They've sacrificed a lot. They could be in the private sector making tons of money, but because they want to work for the United States and do right and work for us, they're willing to take the less money and take the death threats. That's what he's saying. I know a lot of people don't like Elon. I see all of the messages that are being stopped right now. That means that there's a lot of negative stuff being said, and I've already probably put those words in as keywords. So there's a lot of people that really don't like him, and I get it. Everybody, again, you have your opinion. You have your opinion.
I guess never in history has anybody invited you to a cabinet meeting. We're very open and transparent.
So yeah, that's what was that. It was like I said, sometimes I might hear something that was a couple of seconds or a couple of words, but it was important that he said what? A lot of these kids, a lot of these DOGE workers are young adults that could be working somewhere else, making much more money, and they're receiving death threats. I believe that because Tesla, look at what's going on with the dealerships, look at what's going on all around. People are vandalizing each other's cars. So it's crazy out here. So yeah, a lot of these people, these guys on the DOGE team, believe it or not, they're just kids and they're good at computers. And that's how it is nowadays. Kids and younger people are actually just really good at computers and doing things like, you know, getting online and investigating and finding information. Forster Covers says sometimes you got to do things that hurt now but can help in the country later. That's similar to what these kids are doing in the same way that Elon is being perceived. People are saying that he's willing to lose the monetary when it comes down to his businesses in order to help the country. A lot of people are saying that, but a lot of people are saying other things. Like there's some people in the comments that are saying that they received $8 million a day when they were doing SpaceX. There was, you know, so a lot of people, again, that's why I don't make certain opinions until I find out the bottom lines and what's going on. And a lot of that stuff I didn't even know about. So now I'm like, wait a minute, $8 million a day. I look into that and see what's going on. And now we get context about it. Why we have the comments. Because I could be here by myself, reading off clips to who? Nobody. So you guys give me the dialogue and even another further show, because that was a good thought right there. So what else we got right here? Let's keep on going. We've got Daniel Gomez said, without money and needing medicine. Natalie said, we were paying people to not show up. Grifters don't last long in private sector. That's good though, Natalie, because let them go to the private sector, because it's just going to be like, I see your true colors shining through. Because they ain't going to take that crap in the private sector. Because as you and I know, you know, once they get them government jobs, it's nothing but smooth sailing tonight. Anything that you want from me is my delight tonight. Because when they get in government, they be like, man, I ain't got to do no work. All I got to do is sit here and do what I feel like doing. I'm good. Kicking up. You already know how they do. Some of them, they don't really do the job that they should be doing. I've been to many government buildings downtown and wonder, is this the museum? The air conditioner feel like the museum. They got all this stuff on the wall. I hardly see any people. You try to go into an office, that door closed. Or when you do go into an office, let's say one of the downtown places where you want to serve some papers at. There's 17 seats, but it's 3 people working. I've seen that happen many times when I go to try to get something cracking at a government building. Let's keep on going though, because I want you guys to see what goes on in New York. I want your opinion about migrant vendors and the cops, homeless in New York. They always tell you guys, oh, it's this in New York. The food is so good. It's so nice. Can't wait to get there. Don't get me wrong. I love my city. I love my state. But there's other parts about it that I don't really like. And I don't think that playing fair, and it's definitely not that safe. I want to bring you guys in a little bit in depth, whoever doesn't know too much about New York, so you can see certain areas really quickly, how it is with the train stations and stuff like that. We got migrants down here making their own little vendings and going on. They got their little sales things popping off. This is basically what it's like in New York right now, living here. Any time of the day, anywhere. This is New York. Kathy Holcomb, congratulations. Homie just hanging out by the door by the train station, right? That's the door right there to come in. So when people leave out, that's security right there. Got the nice dreads looking like a rapper. He posted up against the door. He ain't stopping nobody from hopping or doing nothing. He just there until the shift is over. That's all it is, until the shift is over. Let's keep on going. Once you open that door, now 10 more people come in and they can't really do jack. Now, people that eat this stuff, I'm gonna say it like it is. Ooh, y'all got some cojones. Y'all got some real cojones on you, and I'm not gonna play you. I don't know where these churros came from. Kids be all running up after school. Churro, churro, churro. Yeah, I'm good. No, thank you. I don't eat everything that I see just because it look like it's good. And I'm not hating on nobody. Again, just showing you what goes on in New York. Keep on going, y'all. Now, most of the time you'll see this, and if this lady doesn't have the churro, she might have candy, and she has it in a little box, and then she has the kids on her back, or maybe one kid has a box of candy in the front of her, and then this lady right here, she'll be selling something else. One thing I do have to say, they don't get here and don't try to work. They definitely get to work once they get to the city. You see them all downtown. They don't be playing about $1, candy. My bad, $2 for some candy now. Overpopulated, can't walk nowhere. Nastiness, pure nastiness. All this talk about New York, it ain't nothing like what y'all think. This is the true New York. I ain't hating on my city. I'm just calling it what it is. Depressing. Nobody really getting nowhere. Look at that. Like, come on. And I'm not hating, but it's like, just depressing.
But they're all over this shit. Damn right. You're damn right. You're damn right. You're gonna nigga see the subway, right? Yeah, whatever. Whatever. Now you get out. Whatever.
Now, when it's cold, of course, most of the homeless people, they go into the city in the subway and stuff like that. Of course, they got new subway trains, right? And again, we're going right to the point with Kathy Joku Hoku. She always says that there's police on the train. Y'all don't got to worry. So now you go to work in the morning, right? You want to have a seat, or you on your way back from work, you tired. You got to deal with this. And I know a lot of people in the comments, yeah, but he might be tired. Let that man sleep. I get it. I ain't got no opinion at all. Just showing you guys what's going on, because you might be that person that get on the train and I don't know if you're going to think one way or the other. That's why I'm just showing you guys what's going on here. So again, just want to give you a quick run through all of you people like my cousin and all of y'all, because they love, oh my God, New York. I just can't wait to go. And then I'll be over here like this. I'm about to come down to South Carolina where y'all at. I done had enough of this BS because it's just crazy up here. I just wanted to show you a little tidbit of where I live at and where it's kind of like. Well, that was the underground surface. I actually have my own videos that I can make to show you guys that. Just wanted to let you guys see what it's like in the reality, the realism of New York. It's mostly gray all the time. It's really dark. It's like kind of like the UK now. People are just like moving and doing what they got to do. Somebody can literally get hit up over here. They'd be like, hey, get out the way. I got to get to work. I understand the sentiment of still having to do what you got to do and focus moving forward. But this city, I'm going to tell you something. When people say that people are mean in New York, they're stern, it's because we conditioned to be that way. It's so hard and it's so rough. It's like you fighting every day to try to make it. And I got to commend everybody who makes it till tomorrow, especially if you're living in these bad conditions. Just wanted to show a little bit of how it really is in New York and the state that I'm from. All right, let's keep on going because we got Hunter Biden's ex-business partner that's blowing the whistle and telling everything about how they was getting down, how they was getting this money cracking and all types of, well, let him tell you. Let me let him tell you instead of me going into it. Let's go.
Hunter Biden's former business partner, Devin Archer, joins me now. So what'd the president say to you?
Well, I'm not going to divulge the exact words that he said. I don't want to put words in his mouth, but I have to say it was like a gladiatorial Rome because we were at the NCAA finals. The energy was incredible. And I had gotten word from my attorney earlier that the president was discussing this and he had acknowledged that he was going to do it. But I was sitting in the audience across the arena and I saw some Secret Service rumblings and they walked across the arena like Caesar and essentially pointed out me and said, the president wants to speak to you himself. Wow. And so I jumped over the railing and walked over slowly and had about 6 minutes with the president where he gave me some very encouraging words. So I'm very hopeful for that.
You didn't think you'd ever need this because Joe Biden said he'd take care of you. Isn't that what he said?
Absolutely. Well, and so did Hunter. I mean, once a Biden, always a Biden. First of all, I didn't think I'd need this because I never did anything. I was a victim of financial fraud in which I invested a lot of money and was taken down on a whistleblower that was blowing the whistle on Hunter.
Wow.
So you were collateral damage.
Absolutely.
And you believe that the Biden-Obama justice people targeted you to keep Hunter out of trouble?
Well, I think that there's some heroic reporting from John Solomon that came out very, very recently, actually, in like the last 2 years, where originally they were saying, listen, we're going to take care of you. But that reporting, goes into FOIAs and finds, distinct emails from the Biden legal apparatus lobbying Preet Bharara to essentially put me in as the target and remove Hunter. So, yes, I think it's, it's chronic of what that legal apparatus was. And I certainly was a victim.
Now Joe Biden wants to get back into the game. What does that even mean?
Well, I mean, I think that Sun Tzu says, always attack your enemy from the high ground and with the sun at your back. But he also says, don't mess around with your enemy when they're really messing up. So I think we can let him go with that.
Yeah. Do you ever hear from Hunter? When's the last time you heard from him?
It's got to be 5 or 6 years ago.
Did you say, like, listen, buddy, I mean, we're in business together. What are you guys doing to me here?
I mean, I think it's in the laptop. It's all over. I mean, I think everybody has access in the world to what I said. I said, why is your father's apparatus, persecuting me? I don't understand this. You were in this deal with me. I did nothing. I made no money. I don't understand it. And he gave me a very, lofty answer about our justice system and its fairness. And that was.
And he definitely didn't want to put them answers in writing. Right, no more tip tap. He's like, yeah, you should have contacted me face to face, buddy. You can't get to me face to face. Not even that. I'm gonna be scared that you're wired. You know how it is when it comes down to that level of government and what he already knew he was at. So he threw the man up under the bus and let him take the hit by himself. Good information. I'm glad that we were able to cover that because I ain't hear that nowhere else. If you guys appreciate that content, do me a favor. Like I said, I really appreciate the money and would appreciate a whole lot more all the time, but I ain't greedy. But I would really appreciate if you guys can get those likes up to let everybody know what we're doing over here and getting this content out because we really kicking butt over here, right? I like stories like this because it gives you a little bit more in-depth of how people will actually move when they're doing certain things. They say you break a lot of eggs to get to 1 million. They say you probably hurt a lot of lives to get to 1 billion. Perfect example of how people that are on the level of doing their business in like any ways to get it tactics will actually probably move. Seems like allegedly something that Hunter would possibly do. I ain't getting myself jammed up with no Biden. Car care, who owned country? VIP auction group said, please double tap your screen. Poppin' J talking about Biden. That's what we talking about. That's exactly what we talking about. Let's get those likes up. What we got, yo, Poppin' J? I did hear that. You're trying to come back in the office somewhere. Oh yeah, he's something about you're talking about Biden. He basically was saying, if you guys need me in the Democratic Party, I could help out. I could do rallies. Him and Jill said that. Man, how about kick a rock for a block? They trying to find a leader, and they don't have anybody in the Democratic Party. I'm not a Democrat, so I'm not hating. And I'm not a Republican, ain't even hating on that. Ain't an independent. But from what I see, I don't see any leadership. Like, who would go against Trump in the next election? If they had to go right now, tomorrow, who do you guys think that they have in the Democratic Party that can go against Trump to probably get some sort of following? I don't really see too many people over there. That's the point I'm trying to make. Let's keep on going, you guys. What we got here? We got Poppin' J said, LOL. Car care. I'm a mechanic farmer. Car care. That's right. Car care. Do your damn thing. I like mechanic farmers. My dad was a mechanic after he came out the army. And farming is something that my grandfather did, especially my grandfather down south. Let me tell you something, y'all. I don't know if y'all ever pulled some peanuts out the ground and cleaned them off and ate them raw out the ground. Woo! Probably some of the best things you ever tasted in your life, especially out of South Carolina dirt. I'm going to tell you that. I'm going to tell you that. Real talk. We're going to keep on going, get a little bit what's left on this.
Absolutely inaccurate.
So how involved was Joe Biden in the Hunter business?
Well, Joe Biden was, he was the brand that we were selling. I think that was, it was a term that came to me looking into Jim Jordan's eyes in the congressional testimony, rolled his sleeves up even higher when I said that. So that was the brand. That was the access. That was what we did to find additional sources of capital or deal flow. So we were selling the Biden brand. I mean, I would say, at the end of a business meeting, keep it at 20 so I don't perjure myself on the Fox News network. But Joe would end a meeting and say, you do a favor for me, you're my friend. You do a favor for my son, you're a friend for life.
So you understand that Joe knew you were selling his brand.
I think he absolutely knew. I think there are, letters that I provided to the Post. I spoke to Tucker Carlson about. I think there was a cover letter of the lie where the vice president at the time talks to me about, sorry, I couldn't get away from you. I was busy talking to the president of China, and I didn't get to spend enough time with you. And then signs it personally. And we've exposed that. And I think it's remarkable that people are not as tuned in as they are.
Well, they don't want to tune in, and that's...
We might do a separate episode on this one, y'all. I think we're going to do a whole episode on this topic because this got a lot to do with a lot of moving parts. Hunter's business partner tells all. How about a whole clip on that in the video section? Let me see if I can get into that for y'all. That is just so much there. And especially when he said that sentence, like, if you do a favor for me, you're doing I always owe you one. But if you do a favor for my son, I owe you for life. And the president saying something like that to you, that's going to make you think you really got to do this favor. I owe you for life? Oh yeah, what you need, President? What you gonna do? And then he also did say that they were using the Biden name to gain more capital. Don't seem so good for Biden's right now, y'all. What else we got over here? What we got in the main office said, Michelle try cactus. Car Care says, I never see the doctor. What else we got over here? Tony Yu, old California is not the new California. Old Robert De Niro is not like new Robert De Niro. You damn sure right about that. They be seeming like they get to a certain age and they just wig out. You're right about that. Tony Yu. Marielle, all of a sudden, he has a conscience and diarrhea of the mouth. Foster covers, I never follow a party. Main Arbor said, Car Care, I don't mean a weed farmer. Foster covers, me and you rock the same. You probably were part of a party, right? And then you were like, I don't like what's going on over here. And then you started paying attention to all the other parties. And then you said, let me see what independent is like. And then that wasn't even something that you was like. Now you're like, man, listen, I'm just going to try to pick and choose like the way that we go shopping in the grocery store. Because a lot of times it's bad against terrible. And it's like, we have no other choice but to pick one. Now let's keep on going because something is going on and I never thought that would be possible. In my day and age, we had so much respect for the federal government. We also understood that if you ever messed around with a mailbox, because we listened to our elders, said, boy, get your ass away from that mailbox because if you get caught over there, you're going to jail. There ain't no jail that I can bail you out. That's federal prison. What's federal prison, granddad? That's something that you don't want to deal with, boy. Now get your ass over here and let's go to the store. When you're raised by the right people, they put the right type of stuff instilled in you, and you have that and you carry that with you. Not these days. We got people out here right now, U.S. Postal Service worker that was robbed delivering mail in an LA neighborhood. It's just like the airlines and the air flights with me. I just don't get it. They crazy. They bugging. They can't be serious.
The U.S. Postal Service is offering up to $150,000 for the arrest and conviction of 3 suspects who robbed a letter carrier. The USPS released surveillance video from an unspecified location in Sherman Oaks. Last Thursday, 3 suspects wearing face masks can be seen running up to the mail carrier and demanding letters. It's unknown if they were armed. The mail carrier was not hurt. The suspects ran to a waiting getaway car. It's a newer model white Honda 4-door sedan with custom rims. The USPS says the same suspects attempted to rob other letter carriers that same day in Tarzana and Valley Village.
So I want to know.
The U.S. Postal Service.
I want to know if they stupid. They got to be stupid because all right, do what you're doing. Not me. Ain't doing it and call me what you want, get my bags, meet me at the airport. I ain't running up on no mail carrier doing no stupid stuff like that. Guarantee you when they find out who it's going to be, probably some, I ain't even going to say what y'all think. No, I don't think it's no illegal migrants. I think this, since it's in Sherman Oaks, I think this has to do with some young, probably 19, 20-year-old teens, older, the way that they was running. They had the stupid shiesty mask on. I think that more leans towards a gang or maybe some young adults that tried to do some stupid stuff like that, thinking that they're going to get some checks or somebody's credit card. Idiots. It's real stupid because now you're messing around with federal time, messing around with a mail carrier. What y'all got on this? LOL. 2 shitty choices. What else we got? Tony Yu. Wow, didn't know that happened here close to me in the valley. You see that, Tony? Right there. I told you, man. See, that's why I like that. I got some content that's right close to Tony and it's right relative to what he's talking about. Didn't even know that he lived that close. Again, perfect example of why I ask you guys, let me know where you're from so that I can get content and we can talk about something from where you're from. And it makes you like, oh, that's right in my neighborhood. Good content when it's like that. I'm not going to keep on making vast and long far away content. I want to talk about stuff that's relative to you guys. Michelle Lynn. And we were actually the party who stood up for everybody's free speech. Like literally, they're going, you don't like what they have to say, but they got a right to say it. That was the Democrats thing. Okay, got you. I hear what you're saying. Well, we got Royce Roller, the mailman of all people, bro. Yeah, the mailman. Come on. Forster Cover says 2-party system of choice is usually hot diarrhea and cold pile of ish. There you go. Royce said this happened in my city. Yeah, took the mail. He said this happened in my city. took the mail carrier keys. Shaking my head. They took the keys? Oh, you know why, right? Because they want to be able to get into other mailboxes and stuff like that. Seems like it might be some kids when it come down to this, because we heard about this in uptown one time. And they was trying to rob the mailman so they can get the key to go into all the mailboxes to steal checks. That's what's probably going on. That's why I like talking to you guys in the comments, to make the whole conversation come around. Marielle, they have to put signs on the mailbox not to use them. I watch people stealing from the box in the front of the PO, in front of the post office. This is what I'm trying to tell you. People are crazy. Maybe you know what? You're right, Marielle. The sign need to say federal crime messing with this mailbox. But what I want to ask you guys is, just like that one person in the comments that just looked at it like, just like me, like, what? Stealing from the mailman? That's a person that was raised like me. That was like, don't mess with the mail, don't do stuff like that. That was raised the right way, with class, respect, pride, honor, and probably got their ass, get away from that mailbox. What the hell are you doing over there? My mother talked just like that. You see my teeth like this? She held her teeth together. When you see something like this and she coming next to you, you already know it's going down. Oh my God. Yeah, trust me. And her hand, I didn't get my hands or nothing else from my pops. You see my hands? My pinky ring is a 13. I got some big mittens. I done had the situations where I put my hands up like this and dude be like, oh, you ain't hitting me with those. You won. And I ain't bragging. I got some big hands. Imagine me, my mom's hands this big and tan in my butt. Let me tell you something, buddy. You gonna get right with everybody when you get the hand of God on your butt. When she discipline you in the right way and telling you what's going down, oh yeah, my mother wasn't like all these new mothers out here. You're gonna catch it. You're gonna catch it. God bless her soul. And I told you, like I told you yesterday, I thank her for it. Because if I wasn't getting those disciplined taps and getting my butt toe up, I might have been running around out here doing stupid stuff like what these kids are doing right now. Keeping the mask on their face, wearing a hoodie, all black sweatsuits when it's 75 and 80 degrees outside. I don't care what nobody say. In my day and age, when you got dressed like that, you a criminal. What you doing with that mask on? Oh, what? Oh, it's new. It's okay now because of COVID. Motherfucker, COVID been over. Take that mask off. I think they need to be banned everywhere. Everywhere. They feel too comfortable when they can run around with a mask on. What y'all got for me? Batty Lynn said, we were so poor, my mama chased me with her hand. We didn't have a slipper. What? Tell me about it. What? Stop playing with me. Or anything that she could grab. And you in trouble when she do that. Because you don't know what, she gonna be doing this. And now you really in trouble. She be looking around on the floor. You like, yo, man, listen, don't let her grab that extension cord. Do not let her grab that plastic hanger. And when you got older, man, listen. Hi-ya from the broomstick. Ha. Ha. No, mommy. All right, mommy. I'm sorry. Okay. I heard you. I know you heard me. Because you ain't going to do it again. And if you do, I'm going to tear your ass up again. With every word came a strike. Y'all knew what it was if you was telling my mama, boy. Whew, that was a lot of work right there. Yeah, do me a favor, y'all. Y'all appreciate the content. Let me catch my breath. Do me a favor. Go ahead and hit that like button. Trying to get up to 80. Really appreciate you guys in here. What we got up in the building? We got 181 people up in the building. I see we got some people that can reflect and understand what I'm talking about when it comes down to that butt whipping. What you got right here? Let me read about some butt whippings real quick. Josh Parody said, my dad raised 3 kids by himself. And when we all got in trouble, he would pull his belt. Red Blue, mama was a black belt. What'd you say, Red Blue? He said, mama was a black belt. Josh said, wait a minute, Josh, but we respect him. There we go. Bruce, kids today have more power than parents. The law has made this happen. Why parents can't control them without going to jail? Times are different now, for sure. Tony, what you think about mama getting in the way of Jaden Daniels and Juju Watkins? I don't know. Trey said, grandma made me go pick my own switch. Yeah, let me ask you, Trey, what happened when you come back with the little thin switch? Trey, what she do? Don't she make you go back and get another one? And she might tie that one to the next one so you never do that again, right? Don't be coming back here with no little switch. I need a nice one. I need to tan your butt for real. Tell him, Trey. Tell him I ain't lying, Trey. MU's from Somalia. Love from Somalia. MU's, you got man love over here. Orthy said, you look cute in that suit, my nigga. Okay, thank you for that. For show, he over there with the sun out. Natalie says, once kids hit 13, parents don't have a right to know their medical history unless they give permission. What? Oh my God, red, blue. Mama came in the room like Bruce Lee. You already know, Foster covers. Dad pulled the belt out once. That was enough. You already know. I blame the parents. They give their kids tablets and there you go, and not call it a day and call it a day now. And then they start saying stuff like, boy, that kid is better with the phone and the tablet than I am. Of course, if you raise them on it, the tablet is the new parent. And then you wonder why the social skills are so off. They can't really have a long conversation. And little things like this. Y'all ready for this? Y'all ready? Oh, don't call me, text me. I do better with text. What? I can't hear your emotions. People like me, we like to talk. We want to know what you're sounding like. Because I could say, I'm gonna come over there and kick your butt. But we could be saying it like, I'm gonna come over there and kick your butt. In text, it make it look like, I'm coming over there to kick your butt. So little stuff like that. We need to speak on the phone. People from my generation, I like the text, don't get me wrong, business, amount of stuff that need to be picked up, shopping lists and whatever like that. But people like me, we like having conversations. I want to know what your tone is about. Because you might be in a gray area and I think you're in the white area, meaning your tone level. I need to know what you're saying. You guys do me a favor. You appreciate this content. Let's get those likes up. We got some more in the clip. It ain't over. Because I want y'all to see some stuff about what's going on with this latest Israel attack. They said that they intercepted some missiles and they asked for a ceasefire. And you know, there's a lot of wars going on. And the thing that we remember and that we've been noticing is tariffs. We're still in the middle. Wars, still in the middle. Now, we're still in the middle of a lot of things going on. So no, we don't have final determinations of what's going on yet. But what we're doing is keeping up with what is going on. So I want you guys to see what's going on, like I told you, with the latest stuff that's going on with the wars in Israel. And they said that they intercepted some missiles that were aimed from Yemen. I want you guys to see this.
Yemen, Israel says it intercepted a long-range missile launched by Houthi rebels in Yemen. 2 other rockets also were shot down yesterday after crossing into Israeli territory from the Gaza Strip, in which a Palestinian militant group claimed responsibility. No injuries were reported. Meanwhile, Egypt has introduced a new ceasefire proposal that would have Hamas release 5 living hostages and Israel allow humanitarian aid into Gaza, as well as releasing hundreds of Palestinian prisoners. No word on whether or not either side has accepted that, but a Hamas official says they, quote, responded positively to the proposal.
A new round of high-stakes peace talks now underway in Saudi Arabia, with President Trump pushing Russia to stop attacking Ukraine. The president says he believes Russian President Putin is looking for a deal, but he also thinks and is considering a wide range of financial punishments, including sanctions, if Russia does not agree to stop the fighting. Ukraine insists Russia wants to keep fighting, pointing out that Russia has kept attacking Ukraine's infrastructure after Mr. Putin told President Trump they would stop.
That being last week on Tuesday, when we noticed that after 1 hour of them making a peace agreement between President Trump and Vladimir Putin, they basically made a peace agreement, and 1 hour later, Russia hit Ukraine. Then what happened? The next day, Ukraine hit them back. So as far as this peace agreement going on, like I said before I even started this clip, we're still in the middle. There's no peace. There's talks about peace, but you still shot at me. Well, yeah, but you shot at me. That's what it is on the major level right now. They're still talking about peace, but they're not stopping. And now they're talking about sanctions, which means that, money's going to start, they're going to start taking away, monetary is going to start being hit. BN, well, my parents are boomers and don't drink, smoke, etc. And neither do I or my kids. Patrick, hey, what's up? Whatever. Car care, get away from that phone booth. What else we got? Everyone. Yes, right. Hit the like button, y'all. Double tap that screen, everybody. Do me that favor. What we got? Your moment in the your mom on the internet. No, not saved. You God didn't do SHI. Okay, foster covers. Me too. A little later, and I went to drugs and alcohol, but God saved me 18 years ago. God bless you, foster covers. God bless you. I'm so glad that you're doing better now. Thank you for sharing that content with us. Bill AFK said, got that right. B Dub. Car Care says, from Columbus to Castro book, slaves trade. All right, y'all. We still got to keep on going because now, remember, I don't want to forget, and I have to keep on shedding light on certain individuals. I try to keep on using this platform to keep on shedding light on people that a lot of people forget about. Couple of weeks may go by, story might go quiet. So I always try to keep the light in the air, especially when it comes down to the woman that was set on fire in the train station by the illegal immigrant. I always try to remember to bring that up. I always try to bring up topics that a lot of people try to forget about because it still makes sense, and these people are still in our lives that affected our lives, and the things that they dealt with and the problems and the things that took them out were not right. But the problem with us is once we forget about it, a couple of things happen, we forget about what's going on, and we get tainted because there's a lot going on that we forget about certain things that happen. Not in a negative way. I mean, just because you're living life, you have to still move forward. You can't concentrate on this all the time. I get that. But what I try to do is still get this information out and shed light on what's going on. So now, I say all that because our hearts are broken. Why? Because of the student that now her parents are feeling as if she probably drowned when she went to the Dominican Republic and she went out in the waters with the person that they said didn't do anything, and now they can't find their daughter. She was from Pennsylvania, went to school in Virginia, if I'm not mistaken, went to Dominican Republic and went on the beach with her friends for spring break, never made it back. This is a clip here of her family. This is the last thing that they had to say basically yesterday when they were talking about their missing daughter.
Now the heartbroken parents of a missing college student from Northern Virginia.
Want to know why most new YouTube channels fail? It's because getting your first 1,000 subscribers, the tradition.
Today, they announced their belief that their daughter is dead.
Sudishka Konanki was last seen 2 weeks ago walking toward the beach in the Dominican Republic while on spring break. Her family now believes she drowned.
It all comes as the last person to see her pleaded for his release inside a Dominican courtroom today. Northern Virginia Bureau reporter Drew Wilder has been tracking all the developments for us.
Our heart is broken.
Standing together with their hearts shattered into pieces, the parents of Sudiksha Konanki are asking authorities in the Dominican Republic to legally declare their missing daughter dead, 13 days after the young woman from Loudoun County disappeared on a spring break trip in Punta Cana.
Just with deep sadness and heavy.
New tonight, NBC News has obtained a copy of a letter Sudiksha's parents sent to Dominican Republic Police and the Loudoun County Sheriff's Office. The family says it believes authorities in concluding that Sudiksha is believed to have drowned, and the family requests that the police department proceed with the legal declaration of her death, saying it will allow our family to begin the grieving process and enable us to honor her memory.
This is incredibly difficult for us to process. We kindly ask you to keep our daughter in your prayers.
Sudiksha Konanki was a graduate of Thomas Jefferson High School for Science and Technology, often ranked as the top high school in the country. She was a pre-med student at the University of Pittsburgh, where family says she was studying to become an emergency room surgeon.
And she wanted to pursue on the medicine side.
As the family awaits a response to their request, Sudiksha has still not been found. She went missing in the early morning on March 6th after she met 22-year-old Joshua Reeby. Reeby, Sudiksha, and Sudiksha's friends are seen on resort surveillance video walking toward the beach early on March 6th. All except Sudiksha are eventually seen returning. Reeby says he and Sudiksha were in the ocean together and they were swept out to sea by a large wave. He says he swam out to get her and was able to get them both back to knee-deep water. In a transcript of Reeby's interview with police, he said, quote, "I asked her if she was okay. I didn't hear her answer because I started vomiting all of the seawater I'd swallowed. After vomiting, I looked around and didn't see anyone. I thought she grabbed her things and left. I lay down on the beach chair and fell asleep." Reeby's attorney says the 22-year-old had his passport confiscated. A media circus inside of a Dominican Republic courtroom today as Reeby's attorneys ask that he be allowed to leave the country since he hasn't been charged with a crime. Sudiksha's parents say they don't believe Reeby did anything wrong and they believe that he helped as best he could during a devastating tragedy in paradise.
Bad story, sad story. Again, I don't want to put my opinion on it, but I'm sure you guys know what I'm thinking. If you've been here for a while, you've been following me and you've been on the bottom line for a number of months now. So I'm already assuming I'm going to agree with a lot of the stuff that you guys have to say in these comments because a lot of us share the same sentiment. So I want to read your comments and see what you guys have to say. If you want to put something up about this story, let me know. Here we go. I'm in the comments. Natalie, something happened and that story is bizarre. DJ Mod, even if he didn't do it, he looks guilty. How you just leave after you lose your friend in the water? DJ Mod, I'm going to give you 99.1% on, I can just basically mimic whatever the actual thing that you're saying. That's the way I feel. BN, yeah, sounds sus. Bales AFK, this is horrible. My brother lost 2 of his best friends from drowning. I would have wished that experience on no one. Rena said, yes, it's foul play. Paul Foster, my mom beat me for 3 days after I broke my grandfather's front windshield and then made me pay for it with my $3 a month job I had when I was 8 years old. It took me 3 years to pay my grandfather. That's right. But guess what? I bet you never did that again and you appreciated that damn window and you would never do nothing like that again. Used to be a huge Trump supporter. That's until he acted like Pfizer's sales representative, doubled down on the boosters, then educated myself on Zionism and our actual history, not mainstream history. Your mom on the internet. They're perfectly developed. You don't even know it's them. The effing's wrong with you. Doot. I love Trump, but I love Jesus more. Kendra said, unbelievable. I can't believe that story myself. It's very sad. She was just so young, had so much life to go, so much life to live. Beautiful teeth, beautiful gums. Like, I would have been on some stuff if I was her father. I'd have been like, look, where you going? I told y'all already how I get down. Dominican who? And if you don't get your ass in that room, going where? Looking like that? Because that's who stands out. The pretty people, excuse me, the pretty and attractive people. Y'all saw Taken. Y'all saw the movie with Liam Neeson when he said, I know a specific amount of skills, this and that, and I'm going to come get you don't mess with the wrong person. They look for people like that. There was a bunch of people in that crew. But that one there, a phenomenally beautiful girl, lady, coming into her youth. You got to really be extra when it comes down to that when you're a parent. Get her the ring with the GPS on it. Like, we got to really be careful about stuff like this. I'm so tired of hearing about women, girls, going on vacations to these foreign countries and then they get lost. They lost out there. Or they get hurt by their own friends. They want to jump them while they're in the hotel room and all of that. Y'all need to stay y'all ass landside. How about that? Until you get a certain age where you're probably married or something like that. And I don't want to come down on nobody because y'all might think that, oh, don't say that about her. You didn't know, or whatever. I get it. Spring break and all that, right? But when you know that your daughter looked like that or certain things, you got to be on some extra stuff. And the sad thing about it is she's in college. So she was about to be probably already out of the house, out of the home. So that is even more the reason why to train your children. Hey, you got to be careful when you go into these third world countries or these places that are like on these beaches or resorts and stuff like that. Because it's not as safe as you may think it is. Hell, it ain't even safe here no more. Why? Because a lot of those people have decided to come to our country, which is why you have a lot of the R word when it comes down to children. Because in some of those countries, that's what they do. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Everybody from New York, a lot of people that have friends that may be from Dominican Republic or certain countries, you have heard about men being with younger girls and that being like the thing in their country because they don't look at things the way that we look at it the same way, like as far as like age and stuff like that, range and all of that. From what I've heard in some countries, 16 and 17, 15 years old, they're starting to get married. So that's what I'm talking about. So that's why you got to be careful everywhere now. We got migrants that came in here and they used to being in countries like that. So yeah, they see these young girls walking around and they do crazy stuff because that's what they do. Not trying to say all of them are like that, but the ones that do will do it. What y'all got to say in the comments? Let's go. Got some. I want to see what you guys have to say about this. Foster covers. Man, what else we got? We got Rebecca with the thumbs up. We got Bruce. The whole story is just crazy. As a father, I would go crazy not knowing what happened. Of course, man. Natalie Georgievich said she had sparkle in her eyes. She was beautiful. Yes, she was, man. And I hate talking about her in the past tense like that. Rena Love, her friends should not have left her at all. At all. Can you write a vocabulary? Can you write all vocabulary? All right, whatever. Rena Brown, her friends set her up with the guy. You know, and that's another thing. I don't want to go there, but you know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes they be like, oh, he's a nice kid, whatever, like that. He got a good family, whatever. And a lot of times because, and I don't even want to say this, man. Damn, I don't want to say it. A lot of people don't want to be with the people of their own race. There's a lot of races out there that would rather be with another race. And they think that they leveling up with being with that race, right? So sometimes when they get with that race, it's not even looking like what they're going to do. And sometimes things happen. I'm just going to leave it like that. Sometimes you need to stay where the hell you're at and stop going to other countries too. Y'all going to beat me up for that. But like this person said, if I was the father, I would be going nuts right now. I would be thinking the same things that I'm thinking. Like what the hell happened? And it would drive you crazy. Probably won't even be able to eat. And your daughter can't be found that young. You done raise this girl from little, a baby, then see her grow into her adultness and hoping to see her move on and live her life and something like that happen. Terrible, y'all. It's just terrible. So yes, I can see why her mother's heartbroken. I'm talking about her mother couldn't even speak. She was speechless. Like, I don't blame her. She's standing there with the thing on her face. She couldn't say nothing. And how could you? When your baby is gone, your baby, I feel for that family and I pray for them. And I hope that, I still hope that she comes back. And even worst case scenario, please at least find her body. Because there should be some source of closure for that family besides just writing a letter for them to try to get some sort of closure. I think the true closure needs to be getting that girl's body back or finding out what happened to her. I still think that they need to continue to investigate in this because until they do, I would look at it as an open investigation, straight up and down. That's what I would do. Bruce, you so right. Parents will never get over it. Car care, Indian has bad luck. Oh, wow, she did look Indian. BN, as a mother, wouldn't have let her go. Sad but true. There you go, BN. There you go. Call me what you want. BN, how about this? Curse me out. Call me all types of whatever, mommy, whatever like that. But guess what? I'm going to just look at you and say, you know what? I love you. You want some sneakers? You want to go get some ice cream? After you mad at me, you'll get over it. But your ass ain't going to no damn third world country. Ain't going to no Dominican Republic unless there's a way for there to be a drone flying next to you that can't go down. There's gonna have to be a physical drone that they make that can't stop following you for me to be able to see where the hell you at. My daughter? Oh hell no. Not only that, I'm going out there. They're gonna be like, there's this crazy black man walking on the beach threatening people. I'm gonna be out there. I'm going too. Yeah. First they found her. First she was missing, and then her father went out there acting crazy. And then because I'm not coming home. What am I doing at the crib when my daughter out there stuck? I'm out there like this, looking in the woods, in the brush, everywhere, all day long. I'm out there. That's what I'm gonna be doing. Messing with mine. I don't respect you at all. What did it say? Main Arbor says, I don't respect you at all, your mom. Oh, who you talking to? Can't be talking to me. Rena Love, where was she at? Oh, you said you talking about this one. Your mom on the internet. Okay, Main Arbor, go cry in the corner about it. Ooh, what y'all got going on? BN, oh, she can go. I'll be in the adjoining room. Let me say that the way that you said it, BN. Oh, she can go, but I'm going to be in the adjoining room. BN ain't playing. She said, oh, she can go, but I'm going to be in the adjoining room. What else we got here? Forster Cover says, I can put my head down to sleep without my mind going over the anger. My mother treated me poorly till she passed 2 years ago. I don't want to ever be her. Okay, so that means you got to be a better person than yours. Main Arbor, your mom, if you don't think you are your children's boss, then you are a bad parent. You're the mom. That's right, Main Arbor. You tell them what to do. You tell them what to do. I get what you're saying, your mom. I get what you're saying. Tim Hart says, what up, Bugatti? What's up, Tim? How you doing today, bro? Good morning, Michelle Lynn. And then when they're about 12 and they can't come to daycare, they get to go home all by themselves. Yeah, they damn sure do. You got to be careful. Thank you, Kendra, for agreeing with me. Good morning. I hope you're having a good day. Michelle, thank you for being here. All you great comments. Your mom, thank you. We're not beating you up. You have a great line of dialogue, and I like the way that you're opening up the floor to make other people think more than one way. Your mom, do me a favor, subscribe to the channel. We rock with you. Main Arbor, you already know what the deal is. On VIP auction group, stop playing with me. Y'all already know what it is. Batty Lynn, what's up? Marielle, how you doing? Who else we got up in here? Rena Brown, I will fight for my kids. I'm talking about fighting. There ain't no reason why not to do nothing else. You mess with mine, you'll be on the vine. Period. That's how I'm talking. Real talk. What we got, Main Arbor? Love you too. Love you too, y'all. And if you do appreciate the content, this is going to be your last chance to go ahead and double tap that like button. Hit those 3 buttons. Let's get that 100 likes up there so we can show these people how we get down. Let's go ahead and take care of that now that we have the chance to finalize. I appreciate if you guys go ahead and hit that that like button, whoever haven't had the chance to do it so far. Also, money, 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 money. Time to get that money. I found some surveys yesterday. Go check them out in the description. And these are surveys that everybody can take. It should be about $500 worth of surveys in there. Again, I'm still waiting for the pictures. It seems like when people make their money off the surveys, they forget what I ask them. Send me a picture. Show me that you made the money. I want to prove it to these people that they actually work. Because I don't want them to think, oh, Bugatti BS and every day talk about them surveys. So as soon as I get these clips and these pictures, I'm going to be sending them over to you guys. But also, I want you guys to know that I appreciate the fact that you come here and you spend your time with me every single day. That's why I do what I do. I get up at 3 o'clock to start pooling so I can make sure that the content is as close to what's going to be up for the next day. By 6 o'clock, we ready to get this content going. I got to understand what I'm talking about so that I can bring the clips to you guys. And again, I'm nothing without my co-host, who you are, because I'll be standing here talking to myself on my phone for about 2 hours every day. And then I might think that I might need to go see a psychiatrist. But luckily, I got you guys to keep me sane, sound, and happy. And the fact that we always get a chance to come here together, you have no understanding of how much I appreciate you guys. I appreciate you so much. And we created a contest for your talented visions. For everybody in the New York State, Manhattan, Bronx, Brooklyn, Queens, and Staten Island, we have now created a Show Your Talent contest that I will be hosting myself. What we're going to be doing with Show Your Talent is, if you're talented, you have a talent that you want to show, I don't care if it's cooking, singing, dancing, you know how to do donuts, you can do a backflip, you might be the singer and win $250 at one of our locations in Manhattan, Bronx, Brooklyn, and Queens, and Staten Island. And then everybody that wins in the boroughs will come together for the last finale, and you'll have a chance to win $1,000 at that point. This way you guys will really make some money, and it'll be a nice event. I want to see your talent. I'm the one that's hosting it. As soon as we start getting the location, which should be in April, I'm going to let you guys know where we're going to be at, and I'm going to be hosting from those locations. That's in New York first. Then we're going to come to different states and do the same thing. Detroit, we're going to be in Los Angeles. I'm coming down to Atlanta. We're going to be everywhere. Just got to find a way to set this up in the daytime so that I can keep on doing the bottom line. And then right after that, we're going to be doing our events. Never going to stop doing this first. We're always going to roll out with our bottom line first. Then we're going to be doing our events. Hopefully you guys will be a part of the events. We get to meet each other. I'm coming to your state so I can shake your hand. We're going to have a can of Big Drip. Hopefully, make sure that you guys are over 21 because you have to be over 21 to come to be a part of this event. It's going to be having to do with alcohol. So with that being said, you guys, I hope that you had a fantastic morning. I'm glad that you're able to be up today to deal with and talk to me. If you're having problems, guess what? You are able today to use this time to figure out how to get over that problem. Problems present opportunities. Don't look at it the negative way. You already got half the problem solved. Why? Because you're alive and able to think about what you got to deal with to move forward. That's how I look at life. Let's stay productive. Let's stay good with each other. And I thank you guys so much for always coming here and showing love. Again, if you like the content, we're very close to 30,000 subscribers. I'd love to get to that mark. It's a milestone, and we're going to keep on forging forward. You guys that have not become members, go ahead and join. We have a lot of cool stuff going on here. I feel like I earn the memberships and as well as the subscriptions because I don't play when it comes down to my folks. You got an event coming up. You're a barber. You clean dogs. You got a grooming service. Whatever you guys got going on, if you have a flyer, we got a lot of people here. Send me your flyer at bridgethisllc@gmail.com. You're going to see it up in the post area, and everybody's going to be able to see your business to help you put some money in your pocket. You ain't got to give me nothing. This is our platform. That's why we have things going on here. And when I notice something, hey, a post area, I can use that to post pictures of Daddy Lynn. I can use that to post up pictures of all of my friends and people that's got stuff going on, as well as their events, and put some money in their pocket. So that's what I'm going to use it for. This is our platform. Let everybody else do what they want to do on theirs, but this is ours. This is our bottom line, and that's how I show you guys my appreciation. So with that being said, it's your boy BOOGOTTINYC, and like I always tell you, y'all could have went anywhere. But the fact of the matter that you came here to chill with me, I appreciate you. So until tomorrow, y'all ready? Y'all stay safe. Have a good morning. See y'all tomorrow. God bless. Get 'em. One.